Today, we're diving into a very interesting dilemma. What happens when one partner wants to do something meaningful for society, but the other doesn't approve? Is it okay to make a decision alone in this case, even if marital harmony is at stake? Uh,
That's a good question. It's one that many couples may face at some point. First, let's talk about what harmony in a marriage really means. It's not just about agreement on everything, right?
exactly. Harmony doesn't mean always agreeing. If both partners can have open conversations, that's when real harmony happens. But what if communication breaks down and you can't even talk about important decisions?
Well, that's when things get tricky. Some might think, if we can't talk, does that mean we can't do anything? But it's not quite that simple. You might just need to act on your own, without consulting your partner at all. That's actually part of the law of grand nature.
The law of grand nature? That sounds deep. Could you explain that a bit more?
Sure. The law of grand nature emphasizes that sometimes you have to act independently. Let's say you want to open a store, and everyone around you, including your friends and family, disapproves. They might say, don't do it. But if you go ahead with it anyway, you're almost certain to fail.
So, even if everyone is against you, the key is to not let their opinions dictate your actions?
Exactly. The grand nature law says if you act alone without consulting anyone, you could still succeed. But if you seek advice and you ignore it, you set yourself up for failure. The energy around the decision shifts. It's like seasoning in food. Wrong seasoning can spoil the whole dish, even if the ingredients are fine.
That makes sense. But what about marriage? If one partner truly disagrees with something important, how does the law apply here?
In marriage, if one partner disagrees, you have to consider the other's opinion. But it doesn't mean you always have to agree. Sometimes taking care of things on your own might be necessary. It's about respecting each other, not ignoring each other.
So, would you say it's okay to go ahead with a decision without discussing it with your spouse if you truly believe it's the right thing to do? Um,
It depends. If it's something you can handle alone and it doesn't affect your partner directly, then it might be fine. But if you really need your spouse's input because you're lacking in something, then it's crucial to have a conversation. But if there's no agreement, don't push it. Just do it on your own.
Interesting. So, even though we often think we should avoid conflict at all costs, sometimes the best thing is to make a decision independently.
Yes, it's about recognizing when you truly need help and when you don't. And there's no shame in making decisions on your own, especially if the alternative is constant conflict. But here's the catch. When you do decide on your own, make sure you own that decision.
That seems really tough, though. If you're married, shouldn't everything be about compromise and teamwork?
That's the ideal, but life doesn't always work that way. If you keep forcing discussions when they're just not working, both of you end up frustrated. Sometimes, it's more loving to let your partner live their life the way they want. It might even mean separating temporarily, or in some cases, permanently. It's about respecting both your own life and theirs.
You're right. Sometimes it's better to let go for the sake of peace. But what about the kids? Isn't it better to keep the family together for them?
Actually, no. Kids can sense when there's tension. A frowning face doesn't help them. When parents are happy, children tend to thrive. So it's not always about staying together for the kids. It's about staying together because it's the healthiest environment for everyone, including the children.
So, in a way, it's better for the kids if parents are happy, whether that means staying together or not.
Yes, exactly. When parents are joyful and at peace, that's when the family thrives. But if staying together means constant conflict, it's better to rethink things. Sometimes even a separation for a while can be a healthier choice.
That's really powerful. It's not about the traditional idea of marriage, it's about making sure everyone's well being is considered, even if it means making tough decisions.
Right. Life is about freedom, respect, and growth. If you and your spouse can't have healthy discussions, it might be time to reflect and reassess the situation. But don't hold on just because you think you should. Sometimes, freedom and respect come from knowing when to walk away.
Wow, so much wisdom here today. It really makes you think about how to handle relationships, decisions, and what it truly means to have harmony.
Exactly. Sometimes the path to success isn't about consensus or agreement. It's about respecting each other's space. And sometimes that means going your own way, even if it's tough.
Definitely a thought-provoking topic. We've covered a lot today, and I think it'll give our listeners plenty to reflect on in their own relationships.
For sure. Let's all remember that harmony isn't about perfection. It's about understanding and respecting one another's journeys.